Welcome to the Zen Brain Podcast,
where we explore alternatives to psychiatric medication and strategies for conscious lifestyle change. Here's your host and philosophical entertainer, Michael Pierce.
Michael Pierce.
Hello, this is Michael with another mental precept for this week. And this one I think that I've mentioned in other videos, and that is that your mind functions under a false purpose for living. And that's the logical part of us, of course. And what is that purpose for living that our mind goes after? Well, it is to be non-disturbed. So the mind functions under a false purpose for living, and it is to be non-disturbed, which for me, it makes me think of the womb. That may have been the only time our lives were non-disturbed, at least until that first decision that was made about our lives. And the road of least resistance is kind of where the mind wants to go. It wants to be non-disturbed, and it wants it to be easy. And this creates a paradox because the mind's desire for comfort, it loses sight of the ultimate result in our lives, which is your joy and happiness. So when you resist that conflict and that discomfort causes more of the same. You may remember the universal principle, whatever we resist persists. But because of that, it can only act in direct opposite of what you actually want, which is a peaceful life. Because to the mind, safety means comfortable. And the most comfortable time in our mind is when all our culture beliefs, our family beliefs, our personal beliefs, and all of those overlap and everything's just right and comfortable and lines up together. And this comfort zone becomes threatened when we step outside of our comfort zone, which is ironically when we grow. So because the mind has a false purpose for living, it can kind of hold hold us back or hold our spirits back from expressing themselves because new things make us uncomfortable. But luckily, we can still trust and have faith in spirit even when our minds are going after those things that we think will make us safe and comfortable and non-disturbed. The path will still lead us back to spirit. So you can still have trust and faith in that. But hopefully this tool and idea will help you to keep your attitude in check so that when you find that you're obsessing about something, ask yourself for what? Probably to be non-disturbed. Why do I want money? I need money and I need a big house. Why? To be comfortable and non-disturbed. That is a false purpose for living. So remember that and start living in the now where spirit can guide us. And why don't we all just try to stop worrying so much? I'm not the only one, right? Stresses out and worries about the future, I guess. And for what? A fear of not being comfortable? I guess. I don't know what else there is to really be afraid of. I'm afraid to be alone, I guess. Because this can happen in relationships too. People keep a distance because they need to be comfortable, and it causes a conflict because now they're not opening up and feeling close due to the fear of being rejected or being hurt. So this principle works in all areas, not just the big ones. So that is it for today's mental precept.